So I'm just waiting for all of you to join. Yeah, we've got a few people on here. Yeah, hi. Okay, right. So been asked to do a little training tonight, and I thought this was kind of like, well, you know, I mean, I know in this business we all suffer from the great ups to the big downs, and I think one of the most important things in network marketing and what we're doing is to stay very consistent. Now, me particularly, we all have our own skill set that you know, that we can draw upon in order to be successful. You know, I know that there's a lot of us out there who are incredibly you know, product orientated and very about the products. There's others of us that, not mention any names, Nick, that are really skilled when it comes to you know, the technical side of things. Then there's people like me who are, I will say, technically challenged. Maybe that's a good word to use. But whatever your skills are, you know, and you've all got those skills there, I think what a case of is trying to utilize what you're good at and what works for you. Now, I find myself that, you know, let's go back to basics here, and let's just talk, you know, recruiting. Because recruiting, you know, yes, we have amazing products here at RX, you know, we totally do. And, you know, sales and all of that, and getting the products out there and going into depth about, you know, how good they are. We know that. We know we have the best products. We know we have the best business model. But finding your you know, your way of doing it is really important. And for me personally, I'm very much about getting someone sitting in front of me, and then, you know, I think it's a case of, like I said, using the skills that you have, and maybe just a little bit of coaching or training on how to develop those. And how, you know, we all know in life, not just in network marketing, not just in business, not just in anything, first impressions really count. You know that, it's instant. So, you know, when you meet someone, or someone tells you about something, or, you know, you're selling yourself first and foremost, for starters. And the person that you're communicating with needs to be able to buy into you first and foremost, because you can't, you know, you cannot expect them to have the same enthusiasm, confidence, love, desire, wish, you know, to be successful and to work as hard as you do, if they don't feel that from you. So I think you have to make sure that you're portraying that vibe. And I'm just going to share with you how I do it. You know, like I said, it might not be, you know, we're all very different. I'm going to draw back on my past a little bit, which is so my past is sporting, you know, at quite an elite level. And one thing that taught me, very much so, is that, you know, in anything, to be successful, you have to be consistent. And you have to be willing to, you know, even if you're not feeling it, you know, and we have those days where we wake up, and we've all had our wobbles with, you know, with this industry as well. You've almost got to kind of, it's almost like putting on a mask, you know, so you do not want to portray any of that when you are speaking to someone. So if you're discussing the business or the products, you have got to make sure that it is game face on, and you are ready to sell not only the products, but also yourself. So what I personally find, you need to be inspiring. So I think, you know, we've all done the, you know, the training on how, you know, to speak to your prospect, sorry, you know, find out what they need as well. And I think that's, you know, incredibly important, finding out what they need. But you've also got to let them know how you can give it to them, but not just in a very, what's the word, kind of, not in a sort of textbook style. You want them to believe in you, and they have to see that passion in you as well. And I find that that's incredibly important. People will buzz off your buzz. If you're not giving them that buzz, then they will not feel that too. And what I like to do and how I work with my team is that you have to, when you leave that meeting, these people are so inspired and fired up that they can't wait to work with you, and what you're going to offer to them as well. So yeah, just a few possible examples here, for instance. So yesterday I was actually in a restaurant with my daughter May, and we sort of thought we'd just test, you know, the kind of cold market prospecting kind of thing. So, you know, we had a guy that was serving us. We had a couple of complications with our food. It didn't turn up on time, and then they put bacon on May's vegetarian pasta. But anyway, cut a long story short, the waiter his customer service was second to none. Really, really was. You know, he was spot on. He was ever so helpful. You know, he gave us a free meal. He took the pasta away that had the bacon on and put it in a takeaway box, which was great for me because it fed my other daughter later on. But he just had something sort of about him. So me and May kind of looked at each other and sort of thought, yeah, go on, we'll kind of work this one, you know, into it. So we were just kind of, while he was there cleaning plates and all that kind of thing, we were just having a really inspiring conversation between the two of us, you know, and we kind of played off each other on that sort of conversation, and I knew that it sparked interest from him, that he wanted to know more about what we were doing. And I think sometimes that's the key, really, without almost giving too much away, because there is that temptation to just spill and be like, I've got this and I've got this and it's the best and it's wonderful. And people, that doesn't work for them. It works, you know, we know that, you know, that's goes, you know, with the territory. We know how good our company is, we know how good our products are, but for other people, sometimes that's not enough. So we just had this really inspiring conversation, and he kept coming back and he was kind of listening, and I kind of knew that it was going to happen, and it did. He actually then asked, as he was bringing our coffees, free coffees incidentally, because of the mishaps that had happened, and he said, do you mind if I ask what it is you guys do? And I thought, and then I was ready to explain a little bit about the business to him. But already he was inspired, he was interested, he was open to listening. I obviously gave him a little bit of the information there, emailed him last night, and had 2 phone conversations with him today, and he's looking to join. So you can see that by simple things that we do every day. And you know, I honestly say, just test it sometimes. Don't be scared, because the worst that can happen is someone can say no or go away, I'm not interested. And so what if they do? You know, it's not a personal insult, move on to the next one. But I know that this can be, you know, it is quite difficult, and you know, the business can be quite demoralizing if you are trying to, you know, recruit and get people interested and it's just not coming. So what I'm going to say is that you need to be incredibly consistent with it, and almost try one thing every day, try slightly different tactics, but remember, always come at it from a very positive side yourself, because you know, if people are going to join you, then they're joining because of what you've presented to them, which, you know, is fundamentally what we do, and they need to be able to spark from you as well. Another thing that I've discovered that is very important for people as well is that they need to know that there is, you know, that you're there for them throughout their whole journey, because you know, there's a lot of people who I know, for instance, a couple of people that I've brought in had absolutely no idea what the business was at all. So we have to treat people, you know, very differently on someone who's, you know, accustomed to the business, knows the business, perhaps done the business before, come from another business. You know, we're going to approach them and speak with them very differently to someone who's a baby who needs to be coached literally from day one. Tim Sales, you know, brilliant conversation plan. So I have in place, I have a structure of emails that I will use for certain types of people. So when I meet someone and you know, kind of put them into the section that they fit into, I need to know that I take them through that that sort of journey of learning exactly what it is that this is about, and again, looking at how you can help them and how they can feel confident in you, that you can do that for them. And that's one of the main things that I'm kind of trying to get across is, you know, we all have those days and moments, and you know, it can be quite demoralizing when you know, you just think, I'm making loads of calls, I'm telling everybody, I'm sending loads of emails, and you're just not getting anything back. So what I want to say is, maybe just think about, are you portraying yourself as a kind of confident, strong person that people want to join? You know, it's not just in network marketing, it's in, you know, it's in life in general. There will always be people that other people are drawn to, and you know, I think self-confidence is a huge you know, it's a huge barrier for a lot of people. I was talking with one of my team today, and they kind of said to me, yeah, but I don't feel comfortable doing that. And it wasn't a really big thing, it was just something that, you know, they kind of didn't really feel too comfortable with. And so I sort of said to them, I said, okay, so I put out, it was just something on Facebook, very much a kind of inspirationally type video, which I think is quite a good way of going about it, in a way of just kind of, you know, this is me. I'm not trying to sell you products, I'm just telling you how wonderful, you know, how much better and more fulfilled and how great my life has been from X, Y, and Z, whether that be being involved in a new business or using these amazing products. Not coming at it from a selling point of view, coming at it from a lifestyle point of view, coming at it as a way of people wanting to know, well, what is it? You know, I'm interested. So maybe just having a little think of, you know, how you're portraying yourself, be that on social media, you know, how you're interacting when you're, you know, on a one-to-one with people. Are you doing it in a very structured, you know, almost textbook kind of way? You know, nobody really wants to be kind of, you know, a textbook, almost like a teacher sort of telling them. So you want to make sure that you strike up a relationship and friendship that's based on them wanting to kind of mimic your energy that you're giving off. And I think the energy that we give off is what people then take away with them and they remember. I get those moments as well where, you know, some days it's just like, oh my God, I've spoken to like so many people, and this one doesn't phone, and then this one doesn't phone, and you know, you get that classic scenario where, you know, you kind of think, oh yeah, this one absolutely 100%, and then something happens and they end up in a witness protection program, and you literally cannot get hold of them at all, and they just vanished off the face of the earth. And in the beginning, I would possibly take that a little bit, not personally, but it was a bit like, oh, okay. So I've made a sort of promise to myself that I will just let that go, and just move on to the next one. I have it very structured in lists of people that I will revisit, but there's also people that once, you know, it's they're not interested, and that's fine. So I think one of the, I think definitely working on yourself, and what also is quite important is people like something that's a little bit inspiring to them, a little bit that they can relate to as well. So if you kind of do your background research, so to speak, on this person, and try and find things that you can relate to them with, if they've got kids, and they're busy and all of that, you can, and you're in the same position as well, you can relate to that. You can, say, yeah, me too, and then where if their objection was, I'm far too busy, I can't do this, I've got no time, they're going to think, well, she has, and she manages to do it. Even if you're in a mess, and everything's stressful and everything, you cannot portray that at all. You've got to put across that confidence, that I can do it, this person can do it. I've brought someone in from my team, that's really busy, really hectic, got 12 kids, but still manages to run the business, that kind of thing. So I think definitely have a good think about how are you portraying energy and confidence when you're talking about the business to people. Think to yourself, I know it might sound a bit weird, but practice in the mirror, practice on loved ones and friends, get their feedback of whether you are someone that somebody would say, you know what, I want to work with you, because that's what you want. And if you do bring on somebody, you want them to be able to duplicate what you do as well. So it's a case then of instilling that in them so they can go on and duplicate out as well. Me personally, I take a lot of my what's the word? I guess a lot of my focus definitely comes from my sporting days and my discipline in sporting days. And you have to be disciplined. You have to run this like the business that it is. You have to treat each day as a working day. You have to have your plan, no matter how many hours it is that you are able to commit to the business. When you're doing the business, you have to be very business minded. I find that there's a lot of great personal development things, and videos and stuff that we watch. I've been studying The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy, is it? I'll double check that one for you. That is really good, very, very good. It just puts a lot of things into context, and sort of it really helps with my mindset as well. If I've had a bit of a not so great day, or one of those kind of where you've woken up and just sort of thought, oh God, not again, and I kind of listen to that and I think, game face is on. Yeah, so it can be a lot of that's needed as well. But definitely consistency, definitely discipline, very, very important, and definitely making sure that you're portraying the right message across to other people as well. So going back to talking about the business as well, and the product side of it, whether it's I'm recruiting someone for the business or I'm talking about the products as well. When I talk about the products, or I've particularly found on social media as well, people are wise and smart to this now, and they don't want to be sold to so much on social media. So what I find particularly that helps for me, and I've tested this a couple of times over the last couple of weeks, and it has helped. I've had sales from it straight away, is the fact that if you're looking to do something on social media and post and that, people are interested if you have an air of mystery about it. That's definite. I've seen companies where they just blast it and blast it on Facebook, and you know, we know that all that makes us do is want to block them and never speak to them again. So that's not a great approach. It's also then not, it doesn't portray you in a very particular good light. So I think when it comes to the product side of it and social media, I have a lot of experience on social media as well. Not so much Facebook. My first business I ran specifically on Twitter. So I started my business sitting at home on my floor with, I used to make jewelry, so I'd sit at home on the floor with a load of beads, and I'd make bracelets, and I loved it. It was great. And I'd go up, I'd make them for me. I wasn't really bothered if anybody else liked them or not. But what started to happen was I would make a bracelet. I would go out and I would be somewhere. I'd be at a till in Tesco's, and someone would go, "I love your bracelet. Where did you get that from?" And I go, "Oh, I made it." And with that sort of sparked the confidence in what I had and what I was making. So I'm kind of trying to explain a story of how you portray it without giving it the kind of, you know, flooding Facebook and that sort of thing. So I sat there one evening. I thought, right, I've got these lovely bracelets that I'm making. Everybody seems to like them. How do I get it out there? And I used Twitter as my kind of main social media outlet. And it was incredibly successful in the end. And I have like now over 40,000 Twitter followers, which is great. And it's, you know, it's wonderful. But coming back now to this concept and RX, yes, that's a great database of followers to have. But I'm very conscious now of coming across that I'm helping people as opposed to selling to them. Again, that just gives you more of an authority. Again, going back to people wanting to work with you because of your energy that you give off. So where products are concerned, I want to talk about the products and the fact that how much I've benefited from them or how wonderful I think they are, and it gets people's curiosity kind of going. So for instance, today I can put a post on Facebook. I've started using Facebook a little bit more. I didn't really in my previous business, but just literally talking about, it's a beautiful day, the sun was out, you know, that makes you feel instantly happier. So I thought, right, this is perfect. This is video time. This is video time to say, sun's out, it's a beautiful day, I'm feeling good. You know, I've been taking this wonderful product at the moment. I was actually talking about Restorex, but didn't mention it. You know, it's wonderful kind of detox program at the minute. I'm feeling really good. I'm feeling really healthy from inside. Summer's coming, you know, we all want to look and feel good. You know, didn't mention the product at all. I had so many messages afterwards from people wanting to know what the product was. So that is, again, people coming to you, and because you've given off that energy to them. And I just think that's so important, because you know, people are not going to come to you if you are not giving them that energy and that spark that they want to, I want to try those products, or I want to work with this person, I want some of that. So however you're feeling, yeah, whether you're feeling, you know, down and demoralized, or you're feeling up here and high, you must always put on that kind of just get that vibe out there. So whenever you leave a person and you've given them some information, or you've got their email address or something, you want them to remember you. Yeah, you want them to go, oh yeah, because their first impressions are incredibly, like I said, important. So, you know, I mean, recruiting is just, you know, one part of our business, but it is a big part of our business. And, you know, I know for some people it really will push them out of their comfort zone. But like I said, really, you know, what is the worst that can happen? The worst that can happen is that somebody can say no. Yeah. So you've got to try and get over that barrier, try and move yourself out of that kind of feeling of, you know, I can't do this, I don't feel confident enough to do it. The fact that you have the best products, we have the best business model here for people to see. So you're not misleading anyone in any shape or form. You're putting across to them, look, I've got something fantastic here, yeah, and I want to share it with you. And you want them to be, actually, it looks great because I feel it from you. So yeah, tell me more. And you know, yes, I will speak to lots of people, and you know, I can recruit or I can not recruit. And again, that's part of the business. You know, there's lots of people out there. So if this one doesn't join, or the next one doesn't join, or the next one doesn't join, or no one joins for another week or so, somebody will, with the law of averages. If you're putting it out there, it's almost like the you know, I'm sure a lot of you have watched The Secret as well, or you know, studied The Secret. Again, it's about the energy that you put out there comes back. So I'm very mindful and conscious of doing that, and I really, really want you guys to just try that. Just check that you are portraying yourself in an inspiring and confident light that people want to join. And it would be interesting to see if, you know, maybe there's just a couple of little things that you need to tweak or change, or you know, to get the results that you want. Because at the end of the day, we all want to build our teams and be successful here in this business, but we can't do that without bringing and introducing other people into the business and allowing them to duplicate on what we're giving to them. So I think motivation, definitely, yeah, discipline, confidence, self-confidence in yourself, self-confidence in your products, self-confidence in the business model that we have, and focus, yeah, structure, and use that all to your advantage. Every single time that you are in front of somebody and you're portraying your business or you're talking about your products, just make sure that that is put out there, yeah, and it will come back. I promise. But yeah, so I don't, you know, I just want everyone to you know, just remember that we all have our ups, we all have our downs, and it is a great business, and we all have the tools here possible for it to work. Like I said, specifically here on our group, you know, we have people with numerous skill sets. I know if there's a product question that I need, I know exactly who to go to, and she'll have the answer. She's amazing. I'm sure we all know Marie. You know, some of us can do certain things and some of us are better in other areas. It's not to say that we're all, you know, someone's better than somebody else or anything like that. It's just that we do things very differently, but the end goal is all the same, because we're all looking to build our businesses in our way. So I just wanted to maybe just you know, just help you guys a little bit on the, you know, give you a few, like I said, a couple of little pointers of what I do and what I try and do with my team as well. Again, be smart, you know, how you're portraying it, like I said, using social media and things like that as well. These are great tools. Social media are amazing tools, but they can also work a little bit to your disadvantage if you don't work them correctly. Yeah, just being as you know, as forward thinking as you can. It's you know, I'm very lucky that I can devote quite a bit of time to this. I'm very lucky that I can work this alongside my daughter as well. We've had a really productive day today. We've had one of those good days. Not every day is a good day. We have our wobbles. We've had our sitting up at 1 o'clock in the morning going, oh God, this is just horrendous. You know, we have those too. So it's not all singing and jumping around. You know, this is this is network marketing, this is the business that we've chosen to be in. But I truly believe that this business can work. It can work for all of us. It really can. And I knew that network marketing could work as soon as I saw it, but I was with a company that I didn't believe in, or I knew that the vehicle was not something that me personally could I couldn't give off that spark that I can with RX, because I believe in the product so much. And so that was important as well. But here we have like the most amazing tools, products, resources, team, everyone's here. I think it's about helping each other, and all of us using our skill sets in order to achieve what we want to achieve. So I hope this has been useful to you guys. Like I said, just have a little think, have a little practice, think, where could I improve? Maybe, am I getting people sitting down in front of me? Yes, that's good. Am I managing to retain them afterwards? Yeah, that's good. So obviously think about what it is you're doing, how you're portraying it, and how you're coming across. And I think I personally as well, when it was great for us all to get together at the Liverpool event. I know that there's quite a few of you there, and I met quite a few of you as well. I think events like that are highly important, in the fact that you can get to see a lot of like-minded people. And I personally felt incredibly inspired after that as well. And I spoke to lots of people, not only from our team, from other teams and things as well. But there's the common goal there as well, that you kind of it gives you a bit of a vision as well. And I think when you see other people doing really well and all of that, it gives you that kind of, well, I can do this too, and we all can. There's no reason that we all can't. Like I said, we're all in this business with our own set of skills. It's just learning to utilize them correctly. And like I said, focus, determination, hard work, it will pay off. I know it will. But it always does. Hard work and discipline are the key ingredients to being successful in anything in life. And I always go back to my sporting days. I was 13 years old, and I was shipped off to live in Moscow for a period of about 5 years intermittently. I'd come back for major events and things, and that gave me real inner strength, because it wasn't easy. I lived in a training facility with back in the days, it was the communist Soviet Union. It wasn't pleasant. I had cockroaches crawling out of the side of the walls, but every single day, because I wanted something so much, that was all irrelevant. It was about the job that needed to be done. And I draw upon that with anything I do in my life now, be it my previous business, this business now. This is the hard work, this is the slog right now. And right now, that's what we're doing, and I will throw myself into it 110%, because we all have our whys. Going back to the classic network marketing training, and that we all have our whys, and you need to keep that, that's your desire, that's your burning, that's your ammunition of why you get up, and why you do, and why you make those calls, and why you start those conversations with people, and why you send those emails, and why you stay up late on the phone. That is why. And as disheartening as it might get sometimes, and it does, it does for all of us, all I'm trying to put across here is just keep that motivation and that fire in your belly, and keep going, because nothing is ever achieved without a whole lot of hard work. And this is the hard work right now to reap the rewards. But yes, so well, it's been great doing this little training here. I hope it was okay. Just, you know, I just want to just build that little bit of confidence in everyone and let you know no one's on their own. It's a big group of us all here. We're all doing our thing. We're all here to help as well. Let's just stay consistent, positive, and focused. Yeah, inner belly, fire in that belly, and remember, people buy in to you. Yeah, put across that, and they will not wait to be able to join you. Yeah, definitely. So yes, so thank you guys for listening. I hope you take on board those few little points and just, you know, give them a try. Self-confidence, you've got this. You've got the best products, you've got the best business, and then more importantly, you've got you. So, okay. Nice chatting to you all. Catch me on the WhatsApp group or whatever, or answer your questions there. Have a great evening, and I'll speak to you all soon.